everything that is wrong with Pokemon. And unfortunately, turns out there's a lot of things that are not good. It's not looking good. What's good, guys? GoodguyGastly here, and today I want to break down this post on Reddit called "The Complete List of All Problems Known in Pokemon Sword and Shield So Far." It has 42.8k upvotes on Reddit, and there are about 15, give or take, topics about what is wrong with the game so far. And I kind of just want to go over it. I just want to break down some things and show you guys some references of what they're talking about, because I do think it's important. And honestly, as much of a fan as I am, and I'm so excited for these games, this does make me kind of sad, right? There's a few things in here that do kind of make me kind of sad. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Dexit, right? That was the biggest thing that everyone's super upset about. They removed a lot of Pokemon, including mine. They removed Miltank. I should be the one who's most upset about this, but they gave a lot of reasons why they did that. One of those reasons being that they could focus on better animations, because they were just reanimating things, right? They weren't reusing models. This was an article written by Polygon that says that no, Pokemon Sword and Shield is not reusing models from recent Pokemon games, and that was written July 13th. That has not aged well, because apparently the data miners have actually found that the triangle count is at, if not a little, give or take, a little lower, higher than it was. It looks like they are using the same models. So the excuse of animating things and making them different, I don't know how true it is. There's something I'll show you guys later that's a reference to that as well with the legendaries, and I don't believe it. I just kind of think that excuse, if it is true, like, it's not a good excuse. Like, I don't think it was a true excuse, to be honest. I think it was kind of a lie, kind of a PR move. However, for the sake of argument, I will just say, devil's advocate, I guess, I actually am okay with Dexit. I think that's going to lead to a more competitive balance in the game. So we can fight all day about that, but I am okay with Dexit. Here's a Bulbasaur. You can see that they have the same polygons. Again, I showed you guys Gyarados, Sword Shield, 3DS Wire. Kind of all exactly the same. And that leads me to the next thing, which are the moves, right? So they've removed about 144 moves from the game. 99 moves pretty much, because the other moves were Pokemon Let's Go EV moves and Z move exclusives. So the main ones people seem to be upset about are Pursuit, Return Frustration, and Hidden Power. Pursuit is a big one, right? It used to punish people for predictable switch outs. Return and Frustration, I personally don't care about those, but Return was, and Frustration was, a very big, heavy hitting normal type moves that were kind of important to those types. And then Hidden Power, I am really happy Hidden Power is not in the game, guys. I hated having to constantly get my Pokemon to have the right IVs to use certain types of hidden powers. It was kind of a staple in competitive, but that was because it had to be, and I'm kind of glad it's gone. I really am curious to see what the competitive scene is like without surprise hidden powers. I'm excited to see what that's going to look like. Here's a list of the moves that were removed. You can find this. I'll put a link in the description. It's kind of sad. Some of them got moved that are really nice is Signal Beam. Like, I feel like electric types are losing a lot of coverage without Signal Beam. That being said, there are moves that are now getting added to certain Pokemon, like Blastoise gets Shell Smash, Venusaur gets Earth Power and Weather Ball. Like, these are huge, huge buffs to these Pokemon. Rapid Spin got buffed, for instance. It deals 50 damage now, and it increases speed, so that's pretty scary. I'm gonna make an all ghost team. But now we're gonna talk about what upsets me the most about these games, and that is some of the graphics problems. Man, they've had this so long to make this the best thing ever. They tried, you know what I mean? I think they tried, but this game does not look that pretty, especially the wild areas. I think maybe the towns and villages and maybe some of the battles are gonna look cool, but animation wise, graphic wise, it's just not there. So example one is here, this trainer looking over the wild area, pretty whack. This here, look at these textures, they just don't look super good and super clean. The next one is okay, this is just RuneScape. It looks like RuneScape. I'm not gonna lie, this is a joke, but it looks like RuneScape. I have to say, it looks pretty bad. This is Dragon Age, another game that was released this year. It looks really pretty in comparison to the Pokemon game Sword and Shield. This is some animation pop-up, so they haven't really even figured out like the draw distance of this game, right? So when you're walking, things are just popping up, which I personally hate. I wish it would at least fade in. Fading in would be a nicer like thing, but the popping in is a little jarring. Right here you can see some more popping in stuff. Here he comes. Oh, he just pops right up. Let's watch that one more time. He just pop in. Yeah, it just hurts. It hurts me. It hurts my soul. Not the biggest deal, mind you, by the way, because like there's been a lot of games I've enjoyed in the past that had really bad graphics. I mean, most retro games I've played, I don't enjoy them for the graphics, but the story and mechanics are there, so you know, you still give them a pass. So I'm hoping that none of this stuff will be jarring enough to take it away from me, but I don't know. We'll freaking see. One thing that's also upsetting is right here. You can see that in the last few games they did things to cover this up, and I don't know if you noticed it right there. They would maybe show like a shot of Ninetales breathing the fire, so that they'd cover this up. But watch the trainers in the back here. Just watch these guys. So they are there, the trainers are standing behind their Pokemon, and then they go for an attack with the particles and everything, and they disappear. Super just, it's kind of lazy. I don't know, just kind of shoddy work in my opinion. Does not look good, kind of takes you out of the moment. Another thing that I really hate is this. Look at this. So you're walking, these trainers, they're moving their Pokeballs, and then you climb a ladder. And watch what happens. You climb a ladder and the world stops. The world stops moving when you climb ladders. This is some JoJo Zawardo. Everything's time stops when you climb ladders. It's probably a metaphor for something. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. But that one is also really upsetting. This is another issue. You know, in Pokemon Let's Go, Eevee and Pikachu, they were really good about their background animations for battles, and admittedly some of them are pretty good in Sword and Shield with like the stadiums, and I think there's a lot of animations in those, but generally speaking, when you fight a trainer and another Pokemon in all the other games, you would go to a cool like battleground that reflected the environment that you're in. This, however, does not seem to be the case anymore. You're fighting Hop, your rival, on this bridge, and then you go into the middle of the wilds. Looks a little freaking weird to me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's not good. Okay. Next is this fishing. So you're fishing, right? She catches a Magikarp, and you go from water to just straight to land. It's just not okay. It's just so lazy in my opinion, and I don't know if this can be patched or if this is something they're gonna change in future games, but like, are there even water backgrounds? Like, I'm curious if there's even a water background. That's crazy to me that they didn't have a water background created for fishing and those kind of battles. It's wild to me, because like, just as a comparison, look at these like Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Coliseum. Look how these backgrounds. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, like I said, has amazing background art for all their environments. They did so good with that. And that area seen in the trailer is just a template that is used regardless of location. And then this, there are empty voids in Sword and Shield, so there's certain battles that will take place inside buildings, and it's confirmed that they will look like this. This is so ugly. It just takes me out of the game. It really does. I really like, it's such a small thing, I feel like, and I hope it doesn't happen all the time, but it's enough to bother me. Okay, the other thing is when you're going through the wild area, I really hate the look of this, right? It doesn't really make sense when you're going through these like environmental changes. They just look really shoddy, and they're disorienting, like to have to walk. You're riding your bike, and then what, snowstorm? Is that what's gonna happen here? Snowstorm. Look at that. That doesn't even make any sense. It just bothers me. Last but not least, I think this is a great comparison of an animation. Keep in mind, this is a spoiler. This is one of the last things in the game you'll see from what I hear. This is from Resident Evil, and look at how he walks. He turns around. Same thing here. Not good. from a game in 2019, like, figure out a different way to get this Pokemon to turn around. Don't just go to a wide and have it just slide walk around. It's just terrible. Very upsetting. Another thing that's actually kind of a big deal, we'll move on from that. I feel like that's a really big one for me. That one was actually kind of the big. There's no GTS, guys. There's no global trade center and global trade system, and that is crazy because we've had that for the longest time. You could put a Pokemon up on the internet, someone else could trade it to you, and you don't have to worry about it. Now you're forced to make friends and trade them in person, find the right time. There's no GTS, and I don't know if this is because they have the Google or the the Pokemon Home thing happening. I don't know why. It just feels weird to get rid of that, and I'm definitely gonna miss it. This person says a $20 price increase. Yeah, that's expected. I'm okay with that. I have a feeling I'm still gonna enjoy the game. I will talk about this actually. This is kind of a big deal to me. Is the shiny hunting. There is no way apparently to tell if a Pokemon is shiny. By the way, this is a spoiler. This is a new Pokemon. There's no way to tell if a Pokemon is shiny in the above world like you could in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That is upsetting. That means you have to just run into it and then you will see if it's shiny. Pretty lame. Like that seems like they missed something, you know. They feels rushed, right? The next thing is yeah, you can't shiny hunt starters. They made it so you could save before your starter and soft reset really easily, but now it is shiny locked, so it seems counterproductive. You can't even shiny hunt for your starter. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of decisions being made in this game that I don't really understand. Strange design choices. I will mention this. There are earbuds that you have to get in the game from a completely like random guy and optional NPC in Motostoke, and that is allows you to mess with the sound control settings. You cannot mess with the sound control settings, or at least certain aspects of it, until you get this key item. Strange design choice. Who let that go through? I have no idea. It seems like you'd want to be able to change your sound settings without having to get an item. Weird. So let's end this on a good note a little bit. Raids seem like fun, which I'm happy about because I'm excited about raids. The portable box is super handy. Flies early and not just for PCs. I guess that's cool. The frame rate, he says, seems good. And then the Pokemon diversity is great because you can have a diverse team and kind of just mess around with that kind of stuff. And again, having the box wherever you go is a nice little thing too. So this all being said, I'm still gonna really enjoy these games. I'm still gonna have fun with it. I thought Fire Emblem had terrible graphics and at certain points, but mechanically and story-wise it was all there. So I think it's gonna, in the end, be a good experience. I'm gonna have raids, I'm gonna have battling, I'm gonna have hopefully a good story and a bunch of new Pokemon to explore and theory craft with. So I'm okay with everything. I think I'm gonna have fun. My money, I feel like, will be well spent. I'm gonna spend so much time on these games that it's definitely gonna be well spent. But that being said, I think it's okay to be upset. I think it's okay not to want to buy these games. I think it's okay to want to boycott it. I think it's okay to want to wait to see what other people say about these games before you buy it. Because if Pokemon really did cut the corners that it looks like they cut, because it looks like they cut a lot of corners, then maybe it is for the best if they see that reflect in their sales, right? Pokemon is this juggernaut that no one thinks is ever gonna fall, and it's gonna stay making millions of dollars. But if people vote with their money, then I think they might get a hit. Is that gonna happen? I don't know, maybe, but that's just me spitballing here, because I'm still gonna buy it. So I'm probably part of the problem, is what I think. But that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I know this is a long video. I'm trying to not edit as much sometimes because sometimes I get too obsessed with editing. So yeah, hope you guys got something from this. Hope I didn't ruin your excitement from this game. It didn't ruin mine. It made me a little upset, but it didn't ruin it. So subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Let me know your thoughts below. What you guys think. Are you guys upset about this stuff as much as I am about the graphics, especially? Are you still gonna pick up the game? Like, what is this making you feel? Because this stuff has made me definitely lose definitely made me lose a little bit of hype, but not all of the hype, right? So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts below. All right, thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye.